Hi everybody out there. We're having a nice meal in San Diego, which is not overrated. It's beautiful here.
And what's the name?
San Diego.
Yeah, what's the name of the restaurant?
Julio's.
No.
It's not Julio.
Okay, talk to him properly.
Don Juan de Marcos.
One day Julio's
There you go.
restaurant. Julio Baleo. Baleos. Baleos? Hello Julio. We're in San Diego having a good time at El Juan.
Come sit.
El Delgado.
El Delgado in the ghetto, San Diego. We love San Diego. It's a little overrated, but we love it.
No.
But look at the girls. Oh, look at the girls.
Where are the girls? Say hi.
Ciao, Bella.
Oh, geez.
Hi, Julio. How are you?
Oh, it's Julio?
Hi, Julio. This is me. Okay, back to...
This is me.
Okay.
Hi. We're feeding ourselves too much. So, next.
¿Cómo está, Julio? Nice seeing you on our Facebook page. We really appreciate your enthusiasm and your support very much. I know Dave does a love you very much, mucho.
Okay, there. Okay, this is San Diego. Julio, we are at San Diego downtown at REO Delgado. Woo! There's NBZ.
In the ghetto.
Ooh.
Tell me when. Say hi to Regina. Hi, Regina. How you doing? Hey, welcome to Dave Amato at home here at Facebook Live on a Saturday. Playing some guitar, having some fun. I thought I'd start off this whole process with the with my holy grail here, 59 Les Paul, which all guitar players wish for, and I was lucky enough to get this in 2019 for my good friend Paul Stanley of Kiss. He sold me this guitar, he had it, and I put out the feelers, and this came about, and he was just amazing to sell me this guitar. And it's unbelievable. It's got PAFs. It's, you know, real 59, and it just sounds great. This is the holy grail of all guitar players. I mean, if you got a 59, it's amazing. So I mean, just iconic. They still make them today, but it's just the 50s guitars are just unbelievable. Just for tone. I use them in the studio. I've used it on REO tracks. And I have my Gibson Custom Shop, which makes me my own signature guitars. But these 50s guitars just in the studio, when you plug them in, just have amazing tone of their own. And I use my Custom Shop ones live, but in the studio, when I plug these in, they just sing, and that's why, you know, guitar players like them. Today I'd start off with this one, and I have a few more of my vintage pieces to show you, and some new Gibsons I want to show you too today. just great tonalities. These 50s guitars must be the wood because they're so old, and just amazing. And you know the PAFs that they made, humbuckers in the 50s just kill. You need to give a magic marker there. I have my buddy Brad Megan with me. He's my my associate here, producer. He's my bud, and we hang out, and we're doing this. He's responsible for me doing all my gear candy stuff, which is really we have a good time with it, and so much fun. We set it up in the pandemic. We set up all my gear at Mate's Storage, which I store over there. Bobby and Jimmy were so nice to let me go in there because there was nothing happening in the pandemic.
Good to see everybody.
Use a black one.
Oh.
Black one.
Jeez.
So.
Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody.
Say what?
Good to tell everybody it's good to see them.
Oh.
Good to see everybody.
Good to see everybody.
People.
Okay. Brad's filling me in with questions and stuff. Good to see everybody on Facebook Live. I hope you chime in. This has been a request from fans because we did all those Gear Candy episodes like last year, and there was some unanswered questions that people wanted to hear from us. So we decided just to do a live Q&A session today. And if you have any questions, chime in, and Brad will send them to me here.
Melissa wants to know how many guitars you have.
How many guitars? Melissa?
Yeah, she wants to know how many you have.
Hi, Melissa. How you doing? Melissa, I think we counted when we did the photo shoot. I think it was around 165, 170. I'm kind of shooting for 200. I wanted to keep it at 100, but it just kept multiplying from there. And guitars are so much fun, and I love my collection, and just keep going with it. I try to stop, but I have enough, but there's always one more to get.
Jason wants to know if he can hear some White Buffalo.
White Buffalo. Whoa, from Ted Nugent. Sure, White Buffalo. Wow. Well, that's an oldie but goodie. That's like 1980. Well, I played with Ted in 1985, 86, a little bit of 87. I think, wow. I think hard to play because it's 3 chords. We can play this for about 10 minutes. It's just from E to D to A, but really simple, really simple. And Ted just scats on his on his words, and then the great white buffalo. There's a hunter, and it's awesome. Not very hard song to learn, really.
Benjamin wants to know if you only had one guitar, which one would you choose to have?
Oh, Benjamin, good question. That's a tough question. Wow. I mean, the one in my hand here, I always long for a 59. All guitar players long for Les Paul 59. I had over the years, so many guitars. Les Paul Juniors, which is right here. I started off when I was younger with these Juniors because they were less expensive and they were just really kid models, but they were so cool. They were still Gibsons, and these were just student models. And when I first started, this is not the exact one I started off with, but it's an exact replica. This is a real 54, which I think I had a 54 or 55 when I was a kid. And I searched for years just to get a 3/4 neck, because this is so, as you can see, well, I'm sure you know, it's a smaller scale neck. So when I got it, and I love these TV finishes that they made in the 50s. This is a real first year junior 54 that I started with. So I really started with Gibson, you know, back in the early days, and I like Gibson so much. So I started collecting these for a long time. I've got a whole bunch of these. I can't remember, 6 or 7 of these. And to answer your question, and then I moved up to, you know, could afford, when I was a kid, could afford a regular, you know, size Les Paul. And now I really have a 59, so I just long for the 59. And I have the juniors are amazing guitarists, and they all sound great. But I think I would pick the 59, definitely.
Speaking of that junior, and you've had it for a while, one of your first ones, June would like to know, at what age did you start playing?
Ooh, June. I don't want to tell you. No. I started playing guitar at 8 years old. I was 8. I started taking guitar lessons for about 2 years or so. And then, you know, you just meet some kids down the street, you know, with a drum set and another guitar player, or, you know, you try to sing, and then the Beatles came out, and then I just lost it. I had to grow my hair and be in a band. I had to be in a band. And that was the thing in the when we were all the kids, and I know everybody in other bands did the same thing. You know, the guys in Styx and Foreigner, and you can ask any of the classic rock bands, you know, who influenced them, and there's the Beatles. Oh, the Rolling Stones too. Rolling Stones influenced a lot of people too. The Stones and the Beatles.
Karen wants to know, who's your favorite musician you've ever had the pleasure to have played with? And what's the coolest venue you ever played at?
Wow. Hit that on the side. That I played with. Wow.
Favorite musician?
Probably a lot. Well, I mean, I was in with Ted Nugent, who I think is a Hall of Famer. You know. Let's see. I sang with the Motley Crue guys, who was just, I love those guys. That was a ball. That was a lot of fun. I did. God, I can't even. So many great musicians I've, you know, come across, and now we're friends. A real impact was that I saw Don Felder on we did a cruise together with Don Felder, Styx, and REO Speedwagon back, I don't know how many, maybe 5 years ago or something, 6 years ago. And I saw him on the thing, and I really loved Don Felder and the Eagles. Amazing guitar player, just brilliant, really smooth player. And I went up to him and I said I was a fan, and I had his white double neck, which I have a gray one here today, but a smoke one here today, but I have his thing, and it had a signature on it. I told him that I had his double neck with a signature on it, and he said, "Oh wow, do you like it?" And I said, "Oh man, I love it. It's like the best double neck I've ever played." So we started, you know, becoming friendly, and that night on the ship, he asked me if I wanted to play Hotel California with him. I just flipped. It was unbelievable. And I went to his cabin, and he taught me, I knew some of it anyway, so he just taught me the Joe Walsh part, and that night I played with him, and I pulled it off, you know, thankfully. And then we were going to go on tour like a few months later with Styx and REO, and Don Felder was going to open. So he asked me to play, if he wanted to do it every night with him, which was, I mean, the highlight of my career, playing Hotel California every night. And I think I played about 50 shows with him, which was just off the charts for me. So that was one of the huge highlights of my career, playing Hotel California every night. It was amazing.
Do it.
Well, okay, if I can grab it. Any other questions?
Yeah, there's questions.
Okay.
While you're getting your double neck, Regina would like you to describe to her your blue 335 you use while playing That Ain't Love.
Oh, okay. Well, I had a red one, a red 335. Wow, that's a good question. I had a red 335 on the road with a Bixby, and then I think I got another one. I always like to get two, a spare. On the road, I always had one guitar, and I always a spare just in case something happens to the first one. So I got a Sunburst from Gibson. I think it was a beautiful guitar, but it didn't play quite well for some reason. I tried to tweak it for whatever reason. So I was going to trade it, and I do a lot of stuff with Norm Harris at Norm's Rare Guitars. So I went down there, and he called. He said, "Man, I just got this in a 2015 Pelham Blue, and it's beautiful." He said, "You better come down here to get it because there's like 8 guys that want this thing." So I went out down there, and it was exact replica of the red one that I had. So I traded him the Sunburst, which didn't play very well, but it was a beautiful guitar. It sounded okay, but the Pelham Blue one was beautiful, and I like to use it live because I get a lot of comments on it. I was using the red one for a while, but that's pretty stock red. But the blue just is an incredible color. So I get a lot of comments. So I play the blue one every night, the Pelham Blue, and that's kind of a rare color for Gibson. It's kind of rare to have that color on anything, Les Paul or whatever. So that's why I play that one. Yeah.
Chanel says hello.
Okay.
She just wanted me to tell you that. Mike wants to know, how was it playing with Sambora?
Oh, Mike. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Sambora. Richie was a great friend of mine. That's another highlight, you know. Okay, you talk about highlights of my career. Richie Sambora's great guitar player, Hall of Famer. Bon Jovi guys are my buddies. I met Richie in '85 with Nugent. We did the Texas Jam together. Bon Jovi was there, and I was playing with Nugent and singing lead with him, and I loved the band. The band was incredible. That was like 1985. And so I kind of knew him for years after that. I think I saw him at a NAMM show or two. And then I was playing with Cher, which is another highlight, I come to think of it, for like off and on for 4 years. And he was dating her at the time, and he used to stand on the side of the stage with me. And he was doing a solo record at the time from Bon Jovi, and he said to me, I want you to play on tour with me after I'm almost done with my solo record. I want you to play on tour with me. So I said, okay, well, yeah, here's my number. Give me a call. And I didn't know if he was going to call me or not, but he called me, and I went to New Jersey and started playing with him. So I did the first Richie Sambora tour in '86, I think it was. No, sorry, excuse me. It was '91 after that. It was incredible playing with Richie. We played together at Marshall amplifiers, and Tony Levin was on bass from Peter Gabriel. Amazing player. He had a stick. He played this stick. He could be a band within himself. And he did a solo just with Antico Torres on the drums and Dave from Bon Jovi on keyboards. What a band that was! It was an incredible time in '91 when I played with Richie. Just amazing, and he's my friend to this day. and we've done a few things. I think we did when Jay Leno was on, TV. We did Jay Leno with him. He called me to do that, and a couple of TV shows. I said Arsenio Hall, but I'm dating myself here, but going back, but I did a bunch of TV stuff with him. He called me, but he's my friend to this day. I talked to him, and great human being, amazing guy.
John wants to know if you ever played Royal Albert Hall.
No, I have not. That's a good question. Good question, John. I know my buddy Bonamassa has. No, we never have. We toured Europe for a couple of years with REO, but we never did Royal Albert Hall. Well, I'd love to do it. That would be great with REO. I think we'd have to do it with somebody like Us and Sticks or something. That would be killer. That would be really killer there. But that's in another band, like probably with Sticks.
Heather wants to know if you'll ever record any of your own music.
Yeah, I've been approached by some people to do it. Yeah, that's something. I thought about it a couple of times. We just haven't had time. REO has been touring for. I've been in the band for 33 years. We just tour like all year long. Some bands just tour, in the summer, or they got a bulk of it in the summer. But REO, we just like to do it. I mean, it just takes up the whole year. So there's not a lot of time. You kind of want to have some nice time at home here, playing with some guitars at home, and so yeah, that's a good thought. I mean, if I have some time, maybe next year. This year is packed again with Us, Sticks, and Loverboy. This summer is a big tour of Sheds with those the three iconic bands here. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have, but that's a good thought. Thanks for asking that. Good question.
Scott and Bob want to know what's your favorite REO song to play.
These are great questions. My favorite REO song, all of them. Scott and Bob, is it?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Scott and Bob, how you doing? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I love them all. I try to play the songs, like the solos, like Gary did, traditional solos on the song. So everybody, knows those solos, and I try to do it the right way. It'd be ridiculous of me to do it, to change, the solos, or do it the way I want to do it. But there's a couple of songs that I can step out on, and I think I've mentioned it before, like Back on the Road, Bruce Hall's song. There's not really any, signature riffs there. Wrong tune there. Tough to do it on a double neck. So Back on the Road, I can just do, kind of like my own solo. That's the only riff. Then I can go from there. Any of the solos, because Gary was just kind of winging it on the record, so I can do whatever I want on that one. So that's kind of freeing for me. I can kind of be me on that one. But there's a bunch of songs I can do, like Golden Country too. Golden Country, I can kind of, put myself into that. So there's a lot of songs I can do, but I try like Can't Fight This Feeling, Keep on Loving You. Those are traditional solos, so I'd like to do those like the record and do it right. So I hope that answers your questions.
You gotta do a little Hotel California while you pull the double neck out, or
you're killing me. Yeah,
or you can. Here's another question from Joe. He wants to know, what custom pedals do you use?
Ooh, Joe. These are good questions. I like these. Oh boy, Joe. I have on my A rig. I have a lot of pedals, but on my A rig, I use rack gear. I'm old school. I know everybody's going to say this is old school, but I have rack gear, like Eventide harmonizer, a TC2290 for long delays. I I have a couple of Yamaha SPX 90s, which is really old school. My rigs are controlled by Bradshaw. Bob Bradshaw was a good friend of mine and still is. And I like to use the Bradshaw rigs because I don't like to put pedals up on my feet and use, I mean, I need 75 feet of cable from where my Marshall heads are offside the stage to get there. So you lose clarity. I would say it kind of gets muddy the more cabling you use. So the Bradshaw's kind of just instantaneously, you hit a button and it turns the stuff on over there, and it's much better for me. But I do have pedals. I use a lot of like a B rig. I have B rigs, and we have 2 sets of gear with REO, and some of my B rig stuff is pedals. And I like Boss pedals a lot. I don't use really any distortion pedals like everybody. A lot of guys. I mean, there's tons of distortion pedals. I just use the Marshall amplifiers. I have Marshall 2210s and their channel switching from the 80s, and that's my. I like to use the distortion that's in Marshall amplifiers. That I just try to get it out of the amps if I could, and that's what I do use. But on a note on the pedals, the Boss pedals and TC Electronic is. I mean, there's tons of good pedals. MXR makes incredible pedals. I have a lot of MXR pedals. So I would go Boss and MXR, first of all. And there's tons of them.
So a lot of people, when we aired the Flying V segment, want to know about this V. And Terry says, you rock on 157. You want to
Terry?
Yeah.
Terry said, okay.
So you want to
Terry from,
showcase the V a little bit?
From Washington or
Lancy?
Yeah. Hey Terry, how you doing? He wants to know about that?
No, he says you rock on 157 on that. So
157. Oh yeah.
Want to play a little bit of that one?
Sure. Let me.
And a lot of people talked about that V, so let's give him a little V.
We got, what was the other question on the V? There was it from Terry or somebody else?
No, that you mean back when we aired the episode?
Yeah.
They just wanted to know more about it.
Oh, okay. Cool. This is a hey, calm down there. These old guitars, that's why they're old. They got a few bugs in them. This is a Carina. 1983 Carina wood, which is just guitar players love Carina. Why this is crackling? Stop crackling. Let me unplug that. And in the 80s, I think it was 81, 82, 83, they put out it's like a threesome of. They put out a Flying V. An Explorer and a Modern, and I think they listed in the 80s for like $10,000, which was just unbelievable, astronomical then. And if you could afford them, they were made those 3 years, and they were just amazing guitars with Carina wood. Just sounds incredible and looks. Very sought after. So they were so expensive in the early 80s, I didn't buy them, but I kind of pieced them together. I think I got this again at Norm's, when most of my collection is at Norm's, and I got them. I pieced together one at a time. I got this one, and then I think I got an Explorer from. I got to mention Peter Margolis, was the last time I forgot to mention that, and he chewed me out for that. So I got the, and I matched them all 1983s. So I got an Explorer, and then I think Guitar Center had a huge sale of the Modern, because that was the toughest to find, a Modern. They didn't make a lot of them. And I wanted to stick with the 83s. So I just pieced them all together instead of getting them all at once that they made them. But they're all 83s, and the same. And then my buddy called me one time, Keith Nelson from Buck Cherry, well, he used to be in Buck Cherry, and producer, great guitar player, songwriter, producer. He called me up and sold me a Carina Junior, which was really rare. And that was from the custom shop. It's not 80s, I think it's probably 90s or 2000s. And that was another one, but the Carina wood, God, it just sounds so great. And they look definitely unique. They're you know, a wood to its own, and then it sounds so great. If it doesn't, I don't know if this input jack is gonna crackle. I don't know.
Well, let's try it. Hey.
Hey, quiet. Tough to put a flying V in your leg. What a time.
157.
Terry, this was fun. I used this on the encores. I just broke it out for the encores, just for a look, and it's so much fun to play. I mean, I have a bunch of flying V's. I kept this out for a while. I have a red one and a black one, all sorts of colors, white one. But this was very unique. Although it's giving me a little bit of noise today. Well, thanks for asking. This is
as well as your Lonnie Mac that Benjamin wants to know if you still have.
My Lonnie Mac, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Kim?
Thanks, Benjamin. Yeah, the Lonnie Mac, really unique. I mean, he put a Bixby on this, which is insane, to put in the crotch of the Flying V here. So it attaches here, and it just, the whole mechanism stays in here, and it works. It works. It looks really crazy, but it works. And that red one is cool too. It's heavy though. My God, when you add the Bixby onto it, it's really heavy to play. I've taken that out for a couple of times. I swapped the Carina with the Lonnie. I had a white one too, which was really light, that I played for a while. But I'm thinking of taking this one back out. I haven't played this one in a while, and it sounds so good. They're really light wood with Carina, but they just have an incredible tone, and guitar players just love them. And the controls in this, I think somebody wanted to talk about this Flying V. Down, of course, it's just like a Les Paul. Down is this pickup, up is that one, middle is both. And instead of, you would think that when you're down, you're playing the lead, that this pickup would be this volume, and on these Flying V's, they're not. If you're down, this pickup is that volume right there. Is this one. Tone, master tone, and that volume is for that one. I know it's kind of, I guess that makes sense because that was up there, but usually, when you have, your lead pickup, you want the kind of the volume right there. But I mean, Gibson made it this way in the 50s, and they kept it this way. So you have to remember that this pickup is not that volume as that one. So, but great guitars, gold hardware. Amazing. I hope that answers your questions. Thanks for asking, guys.
Kim wants to know what's your favorite Jimmy Barnes song to play.
Oh, wow. Was that Kim?
Yeah.
Hi, Kim. Good questions, guys. This is great. Thanks. This is really a fun day. Wow. Working Class Man was a big one, and it was a big hit for Jimmy down in Australia. I did that with Jonathan Kane. Called me up from Journey, keyboard player in Journey. Man, Jonathan, amazing. And he said, I've got this Australian artist coming in, and I want you to play guitar with me on that. And there was Tony Brock from the Babies and Randy Jackson from American Idol played bass on that with me. That was pretty special. That was in, I guess, the 80s. I guess Working Class Man played on, or 7 Days. I did a live record with Jimmy called Barnstormin'. I think that was 87. You can look it up on YouTube. I think 7 Days. Look that up. It's live. That's so much fun. So much fun to play with that song with Jimmy. Say hi to Bruce
and Kimmy.
Oh, Bruce and Kimmy. Oh, Bruce and Kimmy. Hi, Bruce, Kimmy. The Halls in Florida. In Orlando, Florida. I love you too. I love you. Miss you. I'm going to see you soon. See you pretty soon. Here, and we're just having fun at home here. And
Lisa, going to another question, wants to know if you're going to be playing "Son of a Poor Man" on tour this summer.
We've been playing it. We've been playing it for a couple of years now. I don't know if that's going to be in the set. That Lisa asked that?
Yes.
Hi, Lisa. Well, I would say maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
Come out and check it out.
Yes,
and find out.
Come see us. And I think Kevin was talking about maybe in certain, like the Midwest, like maybe putting in Poor Man, or I think we're going to do Like You Do, and maybe Golden Country here and there. So we might take one out, put one in. I don't know. You'll have to come out and see us.
Here's a great question.
Okay.
What's the story behind the Garth Brooks "Shameless" cover?
Shameless.
Yeah.
That I did. Oh. Wow, that was a long time. Digging up some questions here.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Wow. I can't remember. We're doing a Garth Brooks tribute. My God, that was so long ago. If I can remember. I don't know. I just got a call to do, some sessions which I did in the 80s or 90s, and I just got a session for like Garth Brooks tribute, and I think I came in and I think I did the solo. God, this was so long ago. You guys can. Who asked the question? Oh, okay, never mind. You could probably tell me. I think I did some guitar on it, and then they asked me to sing on it because I was Ted Nugent's lead singer in the 80s. So I sang on it. I mean, it was really fun. Something different for me to do. It was really, really challenging and something fun. A lot of words in that song, if I remember. Wow, that was. But anyway, that was fun. Just another side project that I did, side thing. So thanks for asking.
John, who lives near the Ovation Factory in New Hartford, wants to know: do you still play, or do you play Ovations?
I do, John. I do have Ovations. I don't have any in front of me here. Yeah, they sold the company, but they're, I think, revamping it. I think a German company bought it. I had a couple of signatures. I had a double neck Ovation and a 6-string Ovation with them. My signature model acoustics. But I don't know. They sold the company, said stop production, but I think they're ramping up for more production. I don't know if they're going to do my signature models again on that. They were really great. If you can find one, I think you can probably find one on eBay or Reverb. I know Brad has one or two, and they're great. The double neck is really cool. 12 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and the 6 strings, they're really, really cool guitars. I don't know if they're going to make them again, so I have a bunch of new Gibson acoustics here from the Gibson company that are just phenomenal. So I don't know. We'll see.
So Jason says aloha, which maybe means he's from Hawaii.
He's from Hawaii.
But he would like to know if you can play a little Montrose on that V that you have in your hand.
God, mantra. Ask him what song we did. What song, Jason?
Jason, what's? Oh yeah. Well, you just ask him. Hopefully, he'll answer.
Jeez.
Let's see. Alex would like to know. Go ahead.
No, I said, Jay, we should release that song because Jason and I did we did a Montrose song, but we never released it. That'd be good to release, Jay.
Okay, so
We'll save it for the release.
he said, "I got the fire."
I got the fire. Jay, I can't remember it. I can't remember it. You're killing me, Jay. We got to release it though, Jay. We should. That was crazy that we didn't release that song. Like I'm talking to Jay on the phone. That was crazy, Jay, that we didn't release it. We should release that, man. You know, and you know why it took so long. So we gotta get that going. That would be cool. Todd Curran sang on it. Did a great job on that. Amazing. So Mick Mahan on bass. No, that was you. That was you on bass. Sorry, it was you on bass. Mick did another track.
Alex and Jimmy would like you to play a little Stranglehold.
Ah, okay.
You want to change out?
Yeah, give me that 59. Yep. You know, Ted just played, I guess, down in Florida. He's, I don't know if it was a one-off. I know he's on tour this summer.
It was a one-off.
Was it one-off? Okay.
And
Derek?
Yeah, Derek played with him.
Derek St. Holmes, is the original singer from Nugent and Stranglehold. And, I took his place in the 80s. And we're best friends. And I think he went down there. He did a few songs.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
He did a couple of songs. Derek is amazing singer and guitar player. And a good buddy. He's really a good friend.
A little Stranglehold.
That I think I remember. Okay. That's the moose call. That was Ted's the moose call when you go. He used to say like when he did that and he fed back. It was like all the moose came running and he could whatever bow and arrow with it. I don't know.
Nice.
Old Ted.
I
think that switched again. Did that switch?
Did it?
Switched to it's not on 3, I think. Anyway,
Yeah, it did switch.
we're doing technical. I don't know what's going on with that thing. Anyway,
It's back on 3.
Okay.
Derek is asking if you ever met Gary Ritrath.
yes, I have. I have a couple of times. Not much throughout the years. Wow, when did the last times? I don't remember. The Midwest somewhere. He came out, and I think we did Roll with the Changes together. He brought he had amazing 59 Les Pauls. He played the real thing. He was really smart in the old days to collect these 59 Les Pauls, which were more affordable then. And I mean, listen, I wouldn't be here without Gary. You know, I mean, you know, wrote a lot of that, wrote the songs, and you know, I pay tribute to him on some of the leads, and excellent guitar player, great guitar player, and hats off to him. You know, I thought the world of him. I just met him a couple of times. I mean, we weren't good friends or anything, but we came out. We were fine with each other, and we played that last time we Roll with the Changes before he passed away. Probably, I don't know, a year or so later, a year or two, maybe it was less. And
Kenneth says you can find that video on YouTube.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You find the video of Gary and I playing together. You know, that's probably the last time he played, I guess. You know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he played. He didn't have a band anymore, so he came out and played with us, and that was a special moment. It was cool. I think he used my amps too. I think he used my amplifier. He just brought his guitar.
I'm sure.
And he went through my spare rig of mine, which was a lot of fun. It was great.
Benjamin wants to know if you'll play a little bit of the "Take It on the Run" solo.
Oh, I knew that. Okay, good.
You want to go with that one? Or no? All right.
At the Gold Top?
Yeah, you played it.
Yeah.
That's what you used it for, right?
Yeah.
Let's showcase another guitar,
Dave.
Dave.
Let's show another guitar. How about a Gold Top? Gold Top. Oh, I can explain that one too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the 59, as I showed you and told you. This is another 50s guitar. Let's see here. There you go. I mean, it looks like it is a Gold Top. It looks like a Gold Top. It is a Gold Top, but it looks like a 57, but it is a 52. It's a first year Les Paul, and it's a conversion. If nobody knows, I mean, some guitar players know, so it's going to sound funny, but this is a Gold Top conversion, which is a 52, and they put PAFs in it. They have to route it out because there's P90s and smaller pickups, so they have to route the body out a little bit, and then they reset the neck because it's the 52 had a trapeze tailpiece. It wasn't anyway. They convert it to look like a 57, which has humbuckers, and that's what this one is, and it's extreme less expensive than if you would buy a real 57 Gold Top, but essentially it's 50s parts, and it's a 50s guitar. And luckily on this one, the paint, they left the paint, and sometimes they repaint it or whatever, you know, refinish it. But this is the Gold Top paint from 52, which I'm lucky to keep on it. So it's still a 50s paint job, and it's an amazing guitar. You know, just added humbuckers, and it's called a conversion, which is a lot less expensive, but it's still 50s, and it sounds just as good.
Take it on the run.
It's hard to pull that last note. I have a custom shop guitar that I don't use this one live, but that last note, it works on one of my guitars live, and not many work on that. got to pull that note up, which Gary did on the record. So this is kind of tough on this one, but well, you get the idea.
Susie says, thank you very much for taking the time to do this today.
Oh, that's nice.
And
thank you.
You want to show a little bit of your J200? I'm sorry, your G200.
G200, yeah. The G200. Okay, whoops. Oh. Which one's mine? This was one of yours.
Right there.
Is this yours?
No, that's yours.
Okay, this is mine. Okay. Brad has one of these too.
David and I were planning on doing a duet together, but nah.
This is Gibson's new line of G guitars, I guess. What would be the Rider? G Rider guitars, and this is a big body. I have Gibson big body ones that are called J200s. These are called G200s. They have the same look up the top, but they're really cool guitars, and pretty affordable, really. But they sound so great.
Didn't they make the line to be affordable?
Yeah, they made it to be affordable. Beautiful wood on the back. I mean, very well done. They're all the same color on the front, and they have the best the best thing. I mean, it's a great thing, but the cool thing about it, I should say, is there's a sound hole here. So when you're playing it at home, or you're writing songs, or you're just messing around, on acoustic, the sound of course comes out the hole, but it really comes out the top there. So when you're playing it, it's right in your face here. It's right there, and it comes right at you, and it's really fun, and it plays great, and it sounds really cool, and you can plug it in. It is into a DI or whatever, and it really made a great line of acoustics here, and more affordable, I guess, than the custom shops. Are pretty expensive, but I mean, they're amazing guitars. I've got those too, and there's different sizes. This is a G200.
That's the largest size, right?
This is the largest size, right? And Brad's is a little bit, okay, I'll pass it on, is a little bit smaller, and I think they have a smaller size of this, right?
Yeah, there's two more that are even smaller.
There's four different sizes.
Yeah, and the price points match as such.
Really sounds great.
Jared wants to know, in the years with REO, do you have writing credits on any of the songs?
Derek?
Yeah.
Hey, Derek. How you doing? Yeah, a few. Look, God. I wrote one with Kevin. Oh, God, I can't remember what records on. She's Gonna Love Me, I think it's called. She's Gonna Love Me, off the Bridge record. I can't remember, I think. It's a long time ago. And Can't Stop Rockin', I think a few of them I did.
Can't Stop Rockin' was with Styx too, right?
Yeah, but there was a different song.
Oh, okay.
Same
there's
title.
Styx, right? There's two Can't Stop Rockin'.
Yes, that same title.
Can you explain that, Dave?
No, I can't. Not sure if I can.
Yeah.
Same title but different song.
Roger wants to know if you can do a little fooling yourself on the G200. No fooling yourself.
I'll have to go out with Styx to refresh.
The next Facebook.
The next Facebook will do it for you. This is a Styx Facebook Live.
huh?
I'm gonna have Tommy do that for Ricky
There you
Phillips. Ricky Phillips.
Anything else we can show?
Tommy.
Oh, why don't you talk about the anniversary?
Oh yeah. Okay. Put this back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can put that on.
Okay. Too many guitars.
Yeah.
Guitars
And Dave, you know, we've been going about an hour, Dave.
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I think everybody. I think we're getting kicked off.
We get kicked off. Can I got time to tell them about
Yeah,
this?
absolutely.
Man, these Gibson Custom Shop guitars are just phenomenal. This is a 60th anniversary 59 flame top from 2019, and I've got 2 of these, and they just sound incredible. The Gibson Custom Shop. My buddy over there, Philip Wharton, who helped me design my 2 signature guitars, just making incredible guitars. Just Gibson in general, even the Epiphone line, the USA line, just the Gibson company has just. I can't even tell you how great the guitars have been. They just play great. They sound great. They're doing a phenomenal job, and the look of them are just great. I have another one that's aged 2, and Murphy Labs, Tom Murphy's friend of mine, and you can get them aged so they look like my old one here. Because the old ones have dents in them, and they've been played and whatever. So, but. I mean, this is a brand new Custom Shop one, and this is my 59, and they're just replicating them, just phenomenal. So, if you're really a guitar player and you want to buy Les Paul, these Custom Shop Les Pauls, or even a USA one, which is less expensive, and the Epiphone line has come a long way too, and just great guitars, but. I really like these. The 60th anniversary. These anniversary models are just really special, and the Gibson Custom Shop is doing an amazing job. And thanks to Jenny and Beth over there too, my gurus there in the office there. So they always help me get stuff. But Philip is my buddy over there who makes this stuff, and just. Great. The wood grain is amazing, and so I mean I love Gibson guitars, and you should too.
Jimmy wants to know if there's any new REO music coming out.
We always have ideas at sound check. Kevin brings in something. We've been working on a couple of things at sound check. Nothing planned right now, but we're always thinking about new stuff. But we've got a huge summer tour, and it's coming up right away. I mean, tomorrow's May 1st, and I think we start on the 29th of May, and we got a few shows in between there. We got a couple of weekends, and I think 2 with Styx as well before the big tour with Loverboy, Styx, and REO. So I don't think we'll be doing anything for a while. Maybe at the end of the year we might go in and cut something new, and that would be great. That would be great for the fans and for us, and it's always a possibility. See what happens.
And everybody can go on REOSpeedwagon.com to see where you're playing and when you're playing, right?
That's right. REOSpeedwagon.com to see our tour dates with us, Styx and Loverboy, all summer, sheds, and coming to a city near you.
Two more quick questions, Dave.
Sure.
On this tour coming up with Styx, will you guys and Loverboy, will all you guys be doing anything together?
That's a great question. I don't know. We haven't talked about it. That's a possibility. I hope so. That would be awesome. That would be great. Yeah, we've done stuff with Styx before. On that song you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Can't Stop Rocking.
Can't Stop Rocking. Yeah, we did it together every night. That's a great question. I hope that happens. We'll see when we get out there. We're gonna do a couple of rehearsals beforehand. I guess we're going in first and Styx, so we'll talk about it when we get in there at the end of the month, end of May.
And here's one. Here we can end with this one. Maybe you can play us a little something on your J200. Play us out. But Robert said he saw you at Journey. Probably back in what 2003.
4.
He said, and you went running across the stage, and you fell on your back. Do you remember that?
No.
No. Maybe he dreamt that up.
I might have. No, that's a possibility. Yeah.
It was a long time ago, right?
Yeah, 2004, I think. I think we called it the three-headed monster or something. Us, Styx, and Journey. I think
that's what it was. Absolutely.
3. 4. Was it 3?
It was 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the Staples Center.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crypto.com now.
Oh God! Every venue changes its name every year. I don't know what the.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I'm at. No, I don't remember falling on my back.
Yeah,
I remember falling, but a couple of times,
We'll have to research that on YouTube, Dave.
Yeah. That'll be the next time. We'll explain that next time.
Yeah.
So
Well, why don't you play us out, Dave?
Okay.
Grab your J200 or something. And play us out.
So thanks everybody for tuning in and your questions. We, Brad and I were just, thought we'd do a Q&A for an hour, and because we had interest because of the 10 episodes of Gear Candy, and I hope everyone likes it or answer their questions. If there's more questions, you could chime in, and maybe we can do this again if everybody likes it. I mean, Brad and I have fun.
Roger says, please do it again.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks,
Already
thanks,
interest.
Roger.
So yeah, absolutely, we'll do it again.
Yeah, we didn't know. We just thought, we had so many questions coming in on, like the Flying V questions or guitar questions. We put it on, when we did the Gear Candy episodes, we said, any questions, please write in. And there was questions, and we didn't do any more Gear Candy, so we just thought we'd do this quick little Saturday ditty here.
Yeah.
For us, so.
Hey Dave, I got something. If anybody's interested in a Gear Candy t-shirt, leave a note in the comment section below, and we'll try to get one out to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in and your questions. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. We did. I've always loved bringing out guitars and looking at guitars.
Ronnie Pena.
Ronnie
in the
Pena,
house.
Ronnie, I love Ronnie. Ronnie made some guitars for me. I like Ronnie. Cool. So, anyway, guys, thanks. Thanks for joining in.
See you again next time.
Okay, yeah. I'll see you guys again next. Brad and I be here next time. Okay.